Good morning, everyone. Well, students, I welcome all of you on the very first day of your class. Okay, live class, you can say, not live face-to-face classes. Okay, so although rest of the things we have already discussed, we are starting chapter number 10 of your business studies, or this last chapter of your business studies, right? Well, we have done 1 to 9, and if you didn't watch the videos, so watch the videos, start from very beginning. Those students who are just new, okay, we'll send the link, right? And you must start watching from the starting. That is your pending work which you have to complete. But when you are coming to school and we are learning, so this work also you have to side by. All right? So the chapter number 10 which we are starting, of course you have to be regular in this. Whatever topic I'm teaching you, that you have to learn on the daily basis and you have to prepare the notes. All right? Besides this, you should start your pending work also. I don't say you can complete the pending work within one day, but just start doing, right? If you start, so definitely this will be finished also. All right? So students, chapter number 9 and 10, these are related to each other. Chapter number 9 was internal trade. Internal trade means the trade which is done inside the country, within the geographical boundaries of your country. Okay? And external trade, in means inside, ex means outside, right? So external trade means outside of your country, outside of the territories of your country. That's external trade. All right. So what kind of external trades are there? Any one of you? We have studied in chapter number 1, and otherwise also you might have listened the name. That's very common. Can you tell me the kinds of external trade? Yes, Yashika. External trade, we have 3 kind of trade. One is export, another one is import, and third one is entry port. Well, what is export? This though you might be knowing. Yes, everyone has listened about the export import.
Yeah, city goods go out of our country. Vietnam.
Export. X means out. Do you know that? Okay. So when we are selling something to any other country, means any Indian businessman is selling goods to anybody else outside of the country. That is called export karna, sale karna yahan se. Okay? And import, that's vice versa. Import means you are purchasing goods from any other country. Are you getting my point? So if you don't understand, you are free to put up the question. Okay? Export means you are selling goods from your country, and import means you are purchasing from any other country. All right? Okay? So this is export and import. Entry port is that business where you play the role of a mediator. You purchase from somebody to sell it out. You don't purchase it for consumption. Import में क्या होता है? We import the goods. हम खरीदते हैं. क्यों खरीदते हैं? Because we have to consume, we have to use these goods, right? But in entry port, it's not like that. I purchase the goods from anybody else, means I import the goods to export it. Are you getting my point? Trading कर रहे हैं दो countries के बीच में. Okay. So in this chapter, we will study about the export and import. We will study about its procedure and all, and that is different thing that they have deleted the procedure from your syllabus. Okay. We have a detailed studies of that, how step by step the export and import trade takes place, but that has been deleted from the syllabus. So let's see. So there are certain common features of the international trade. Well, I just read it for you. No country can be self-sufficient, and why the requirement has arisen of the import and export. Can you tell me why the requirement has arisen? The answer is very simple, that no country is self-sufficient. We are not having each and everything. If we talk on the national level, then also one businessman, right? Or you can say any one person who is quite rich, having a lot of money. He has money, but is he having all the resources with him? Is he having the electricity, water, food grains, vegetables, fruits, and rest of the thing. You might be knowing how many things we are using on a daily basis. Are they self-sufficient? Do they have everything available with them? No. So we have to be dependent on others. We go to the market and then we buy. All right. So that's your internal trade. आपको कोई चीज चाहिए है तो you go to the market and purchase, right? So in the same way, it happens with a country. Some country is having a certain particular item in access, right? And some countries they are in short of something. There is a shortage of any particular item. Okay, as petrols, these Arabian countries, they are full of these resources. Okay, and certain countries they have the gold mines, so and so. Although these things are available in our country also, but these items or this product is not sufficient to fulfill the requirement of all the consumers. Okay, the whole population, they can't satisfy the requirement of the whole population, so we have to purchase from somewhere. Are you getting? Country level पे बात करें, are you understanding the language? Are you comfortable with that, or should I use Hindi? Be frank, otherwise I'll be keep speaking like that. Either you understand it or not. बोलो English. So the thing is, when you don't have the sufficient things, then you have to take it from somebody. You have to purchase from outside, and that is what our country is doing. Well, we have the petroleum oil, wells and all. We have the natural resources of these petroleum. We are extracting it from the beneath of the earth, but that is not sufficient according to the demand of our countryman, according to the population's demand, right? So we have to be dependent on others, and we have to purchase the petroleum from outside, right? So this is what for me, I mean for my country, this is what? Export or import? Are you listening? आप सुन भी रहे हैं? Of course सुनाई तो दे रहा है, but are you observing, trying to understand? समझ आ रहा है? तो फिर जवाब दे मेरी बात का, ये एक्सपोर्ट है या इम्पोर्ट है? क्या है ये? Import. When you are purchasing, so this is import, right? And the person who is selling, what is he doing? उसके लिए क्या चीज़ है ये? Export. Purchase and sales takes place side by side. एक के लिए purchase है तो दूसरे के लिए sale है, right? And in the same way, suppose we have a food grains in surplus. In fact, it is not in surplus, but suppose, right? Presume for a moment we have something in excess. So its consumption, after consuming the things, we have something extra, so we can sell it out to any other country. Now we are selling, this is what? Export, okay? So that is the reason, and sometimes, we are not self-sufficient, that is clear, but we don't have the technology, the item which I want, okay? Sophisticated weapons are there, and weapons and, machineries, and certain equipments which is not available in our country, and we don't have that technology. In that situation also we have to be dependent on other countries, and we purchase certain things, okay? So these are the reasons of that. Well, here concept of international business, this we have discussed. International business can be defined as those business activities that take place across the national boundaries of a country. It involves not only the international movement of goods and services, but also of capital, personal, technology, and intellectual property like patents, trademark, know-how, and copyrights. It's telling that due to this international business, the changes are not because of goods. Certain other things are also being changed, like material is also supplying, technology is also exchanged. Even the personal employees, means certain people, a few people are going from India, not few, a lot of people are going from India to any other country for the work, and those people are coming to India, all right? Well, now features. What do you mean by features? Do you know the meaning of features? Yes, please. Features का मतलब पता होगा तो हम डिस्कस करेंगे ना आगे, ताकि आपको समझ आए क्या है फीचर का मतलब. Okay. And it is not a new thing for you. I think you are educated. 10th पास हो गए ना आप लोग, तो 10th तक न जाने कितनी बार ये वर्ड यूज हुआ होगा फीचर्स. नहीं हुआ क्या कभी? सुना नहीं? हेलो मिस्टर लाल, सुना है तो फिर जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो? फीचर्स क्या होता है? विशेषताएं, राइट? कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स इज अनदर वर्ड इज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, ऑलराइट? So what are the specialities or the visheshtaएं or features of international trade? So you'll understand better. And always remember students, these features, these come out from the definition. जो भी हमारी definition होती है उसमें ही उसके features छुपे होते हैं. So the first one is telling that manufacturing and trade takes place beyond the boundaries of one own country. This we have discussed. कि जो भी मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है, ट्रेडिंग हो रहा है, वो कहाँ हो रहा है? बियॉन्ड द टेरिटरी ऑफ योर कंट्री, आपकी कंट्री के बाहर हो रहा है. सेकेंड थिंग, पीपल और ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस ऑफ डिफरेंट कंट्रीज पार्टिसिपेट इन इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस. इज दैट क्लियर? पीपल फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस है, आइदर दिस इज एक्सपोर्ट और इम्पोर्ट. वन पार्टी विल बी फ्रॉम एनी अदर कंट्री. जो दोनों पार्टी हैं सेल एंड परचेज वाली, वो दोनों कहाँ से बिलोंग करेंगी? कहाँ से करेंगे? अलग अलग कंट्री से करेंगे. दे बिलोंग टू द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज. ओके. थर्ड वन, वेरियस अदर स्टेक होल्डर्स सच एज सप्लायर्स, एम्प्लॉयज, मिडिल मैन, शेयर होल्डर्स and partners are from different nations. So these people can be from the different nation. That's the same thing when purchaser and seller from the different country. So who are the supplier from whom I take the goods on the credit basis? Who are my customer to whom I sell? Okay. Your bank is there and certain other parties are there, employees हैं, तो ये सब कहाँ होंगे? अलग अलग countries के होंगे. ठीक है. Next we have the degree of mobility of factors of production like labor and capital across nations is relatively less. Well, factor of production, you might have studied in economics. We have the capital, we have the labor. These are, the factors of production, part of that. So if it is a national business, if it is inside our country, so its movement is more. ये ज़्यादा movement में आता है. अपनी country में मान लीजिए there is a shortage of the labor here, so we can call the people from Bihar, right? The place where people are unemployed, they can easily come and we don't have to call, even they are searching for the job, isn't it? So mobility of the factor is available, right? If I'm short of money, so I can issue the shares and I can take money from bank, I can take loan. So mobility of the factor is more. If it is international business, in that situation factors of production are less movable, उनकी movement कम होती है. अगर आपको कोई रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए तो यहाँ तो इजीली हम ले सकते हैं. आपको दूसरी कंट्री में भेजना है, भेजा जा सकता है, बट दैट विल बी वेरी कॉस्टली. आप मंगवा सकते हैं, आप प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं, आप वहाँ से मंगवा सकते हैं, बट दैट विल बी वेरी कॉस्टली. ओके. सो सर्टेन रीजंस वर्क बिहाइंड दिस मोबिलिटी फैक्टर. सो दैट्स वेरी सिंपल. इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे हमारा जो प्रोडक्शन के फैक्टर्स हैं, दीज आर लेस मूवेबल. ऑलराइट. नेक्स्ट वी हैव इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स लैक होमोजेनिटी ड्यू टू differences in language, preferences, customers, etc. across markets. Lack homogeneity. The similarities are less because the different people are involved in that. Two nations are there, and which two nations are there? I'm selling from here. It can be Japan, it can be China, it can be USA, it can be somewhere else. Okay. So the different people, different rule regulations are there, different law is there, and different languages. I mean, so many things are different. Okay. Then we have business systems and practices vary considerably across country. Business practices are different. In India, we have a different kind of pattern of doing the business. Different, rule regulations are there. Different behavior with the customers. And if you are doing business somewhere else, so there the treatment will be different. Okay, different pattern of the dealing with all that. Well, here we have a system like somebody comes on the shop, they select the items, pay the money and we provide them. And in foreign country maybe they have a little different pattern to deal with the customers. हमारे यहाँ तो क्या करते हैं, आपको पता है ना क्या तरीका है? Have you visited to Churi market? The people, the salesperson, they are standing outside of the shops, just trying to convince the customers from outside only. So these kind of thing doesn't happen outside of the country. Okay. Alright, so they may have the different practices of the business. Now, different countries have different forms of political systems and different degrees of risk, which often become a barrier to international business. Well, it's telling different countries have different form of political system and different degree of risk. You might be knowing something about the politics. What kind of politics is going on in our country? Do you know a little bit? That's a dirty politics. Anyway, daily some new rules are there. They are changing the rules according to their own. GST has been imposed, right? Even the businessman and the public is against the GST, but still they are bearing that, and so many other things. So the purpose to tell is this much only, that interference of the political parties are there, and certain different kind of risks in India. But if we talk about any other country, so they have the different systems and they work according to their political environment, so the differences are there, isn't it? So the different countries, they work in the different environment and different kind of political interferences and risks they have to bear, all right? And these things create a problem. If tomorrow any rule is passed by the government that we restrict or we impose certain restrictions on the international business, you can't export the goods to China. That is going on, isn't it? The live examples, आपके काफ़ी सारे ऐप्स वगैरह बंद हो गए हैं, चाइना से हमें डील नहीं करना, तो ये इंटरनेशनल पे इफेक्ट हुआ या नहीं हुआ? China is an enemy country right now, okay? It has spread the deadly disease virus corona, okay? So we have stopped the relations with China, although not completely, but tried, okay? So political interference is there. So due to all these factors, international business gets affected, all right? फर्क पड़ता है ना इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस में, कोई भी डिसीजन पास होता है, कल को मान लीजिए नॉट ओनली चाइना, द गवर्नमेंट पास द रूल दैट नोबडी विल बी डूइंग द बिजनेस विद यूएसए, so we have to stop doing that, and if anybody found doing the business like this, so they will be penalized, some penalties will be there, okay? Next we have international business transactions are subject to rules, law, and this is policies, tariffs and quotas, etc. of multiple countries. Well, that depends. International business transactions are subject to rule, regulations and various kind of things which has been decided by the government. Means whatever has been decided, what kind of things are there, everyone has to follow that. Either that is good or bad, either you like it or you don't like, okay? Just like GST, nobody likes, but still we people are following that. Next we have international business transactions involve use of currencies of more than one country. I think that's very, very clear. Sorry. If we are doing business inside the country, so which currency is going on in India? कौन सी currency है हमारी? Rupees. Okay. So what currency Japan is having, China is having, USA is having, right? USA की कौन सी करेंसी है? डॉलर, राइट? सो when two countries are involved, then different currencies will be there. Well, suppose I have sold something to USA, so I want rupees, क्योंकि मैं किस चीज़ को यूज़ करूँगी, या डॉलर तो चलेंगे नहीं. If I pay you something like आप फीस पे करते हैं डॉलर में, तो that's not acceptable, okay? तो यहाँ पे क्या चलेगा? रुपीज़. तो आई वॉन्ट दैट मनी शुड बी इन रुपी, बट यूएसए के पास रुपीज़ नहीं है, उनके पास क्या है? डॉलर्स है, तो वो डॉलर में पे करेंगे. तो इन दिस सिचुएशन you have, exchange, we have to change the currency, right? FARA works, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. So here we just get the currency converted. So if I have to pay something, if I have imported something, so I will get my rupees converted into dollars, because I have to make the payment in dollars. So here I have given the rupee, right? Exchange जहाँ पे होता है, bank and certain other institutions are there, right? So they will keep the money and they will give dollars and I will pay them. And in the same way, when I have to receive the payment, so they get it converted. They pay the dollar, but that will be converted into rupees and I'll get, okay? So this way the international business works. So international business transaction, okay, fine. International business involves use of currencies of more than one country, all right? Next and last one is payment is made through financial documents or through banks. Well, here if we are making payment, this is my shop, Yashika has come to buy this marker, so I'll give the marker and I'll take 50 rupees, no problem. But if you are doing international business, there it's not as easy as I have told you to give the product and get the money. No, we have certain procedure which we will study in this chapter later on, but I'll give you just brief introduction because that has been deleted from the syllabus, but I'll introduce you people with that complete process. Okay, so payment is made through financial documents or through banks. Bank plays a role of the mediator, or legal documents like bills of exchange, they accept that, जिसे हम BR बोलते हैं, bills receivable. Okay, so we take the help of these instruments while making the payment or getting the payment. Okay, because if I send the goods from here, if it is the normal business, so my customer is standing just in front of me, I'll hand over the goods and I'll get the money, there is no problem at all. But if you are sending your goods overseas, you are sending to the USA, so in that situation, the party is not in front of me. If I send the goods and maybe the party doesn't make the payment, quite possible. And if they send the payment well in advance and I don't send the goods, so this risk is there. And when we are doing business, so we have certain procedure, rule regulations are there. Okay, and according to these rule regulations, we make the safe payment, we make the payment through the bank, we make the bank's mediator, right? So we hand over the goods, the documents of the goods to the bank, ठीक है? And we inform that party, all right? हम goods को भेजते हैं voyage से, जो आपका ship होता है उससे भेजते हैं, ship में goods को board करके, and वहाँ से हमें documents मिलेंगे कि भाई आपकी इतनी goods हमारे पास है ना? In the simple language I'm trying to make you understand. So those documents I will send to my bank. गुड्स पहुंच रही हैं शिप से, ठीक है, डॉक्यूमेंट्स मैंने भेज दिए बैंक को, वहाँ वाले बैंक को, एंड आई हैव गिवन द इंस्ट्रक्शन टू द बैंक कि, और जहाँ शिप पहुंच जाएगी तो शिप वाले ऐसे ही आपको गुड्स नहीं देंगे, यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट समथिंग, ऐसे तो कोई भी आके ले जाएगा, है ना? उनको डॉक्यूमेंट्स प्रेजेंट करने होंगे कि भाई कौन सी गुड्स आ रही है, कहाँ से आ रही है, आपने पेमेंट किया नहीं किया. सो द डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर विद बैंक. तो जिसने परचेज किया, मैं सेल कर रही हूँ, गुड्स भेज रही हूँ, जिसने परचेज किया वो कहाँ जाएगा? बैंक के पास, डॉक्यूमेंट्स वहाँ पे हैं, राइट? ही विल मेक द पेमेंट टू द बैंक एंड देन बैंक विल हैंड ओवर द डॉक्यूमेंट्स टू दैट पर्सन. आर यू गेटिंग? समझ आ रहा है? तो इस तरह से बैंक प्लेज द रोल ऑफ अ मीडिएटर. इनफैक्ट डॉक्यूमेंट्स ही एक तरह की गुड्स को लेने का जरिया है. तो वो डॉक्यूमेंट तब हैंड ओवर करेंगे जब वो पेमेंट कर देंगे बैंक को, ठीक है? बैंक ने पेमेंट ले ली, आपके अकाउंट में डाल दी, पैसा आ गया, और बैंक ने डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैंड ओवर कर दिए परचेजर को. नाउ परचेजर विल गो टू द डॉक एंड ही विल गेट इट गुड्स, वहाँ से कुछ ले लेगा, ठीक है? सो दिस वे दिस वर्क्स, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? सो हियर वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द फीचर्स एंड आई थिंक इट इज सफिशिएंट फॉर टुडे. ओके, दिस इज योर फर्स्ट क्लास, ऑल्दो इट्स नॉट मोर, बहुत थोड़ा सा हमने किया है. we'll have the advantages and disadvantages that we will discuss later on. All right, so complete this topic. I think everyone has book, so go through this and prepare notes of that. Tomorrow, whenever you will come in the next class, so I'll put up the question. Okay, thank you.